You done making your noises? All right, here on the river, Jake's holding.
Pretty sick rod.
Yeah, the rod I just built. So it's a rain shadow Judge, and it is.
I'm gonna break it real quick.
Don't break me. I don't think you will. It's the Judge. It is a moderate, fast, medium heavy bait caster, and this is the one I did the 3-part build video on, and it's specific for that bait, the jackhammer, and we got the Judge on there. So
we got the hundo on there. It's early in the morning, buddy.
It is. Give it a spin, man. Yeah, you didn't film it, did you?
Did you see it start to go?
That's the current.
I know it was the current, but initially I'm like, oh snap.
I did miss a freaking giant right there at the end of the last trip.
Yeah.
I mean, went airborne with the crankbait, and it's one of those rare didn't poke him type situations.
Yeah.
He was 5+. I know it, and those are rare. I don't get those, but.
Well, I literally just caught a 4-pound 5-ouncer yesterday that I thought was 5 pounds and wasn't.
5 is hard.
Yeah, 5's tough to get.
Yeah.
5 is a tough.
We could do it today though. We're gonna run upstream.
So
it's like mid-4s, and it's gonna jump.
We should
half
be
a foot today, but look at it.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, Marty and I took out here, Saturday, and like our boats were there, and now it's coming up.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Always
Absolutely.
want the rise, never the fall. We can
always,
catch them on the fall, but we catch them good with power fishing on the rise.
It's fun to catch them on the rise because the way they eat.
Yeah, you just cover more water. Let's go do some of that.
Good deal.
All right. Haven't caught anything yet, and I think I may take a note from last time we had these conditions and get to the middle of the river. I'm for sure downstream of the North Branch. I'll call it Mud Lane. If I move into the middle, it's more the West Branch, which is overall, on average, cleaner water. So, keep moving that way. Alright, this is kind of hard to see. You just see the disturbance, but I'm actually bringing the jackhammer right along the backside of a recently resubmerged grass bed. It came down a little bit. Actually came down a lot over the course of about 9 days from the big rise that we had, that I did the 3-part series on fishing the rise. And a lot of the grass that during the fall after that came to rest on grass beds like what's here. And this stuff is all breaking free. It rested on that. Now that it's rising again, a lot of that breaking free. But this whole area was, calm, slick water, and you get to here and you can see that disturbance again. And there is grass underneath this. So out in that current, it's totally muddy, but back behind this, it's just, I don't know. You can probably see down 10, 12 inches, but out there it's less than a foot for sure. And this is just the last of it to get the mud permeation.
That one was on
Alright, here's a tree. Here's my first one on that rod. And we got a pretty big shoreline eddy at the top of one of these islands. Jake's right next to me. Jake, it's been pretty slow, eh?
Yeah, it has been.
What did you say you found recently? You were out, what, yesterday?
Yeah, the fish were relating more to like a hard structure
Okay.
But that was in a much lower stretch of the river than where we are right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but
Well, we got cleaner water in this particular big eddy near the head of this island, and that was the first of any sort of action that I got. But you said you got them on rock yesterday, and
rock and hard cover structure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Grass beds ahead of the islands can be such magic. I don't know why they like them so much, they just do. Not on all of them, but some of the best fish you catch summer through fall are on stuff like this. So we've moved up to this ledge. I'm changing from this 3/8 ounce jackhammer, which I got the first fish on, to the 1/2 ounce. And reason for that, I'm gonna be hitting these pockets with calm current, but they're gonna be in between these areas where there's just screaming fast current. I think a little bit more weight is a good thing to kind of punch down in that stuff. I just gotta put the 7-inch scented jerk shad. Gotta make a big profile for them. Switch gears to throw the better than a jig rig. This little guy. Big boy. Got you. Ooh. I was getting hits from smaller fish at the pinch off at the end of this eddy, and I was frustrated because I could tell they were smaller fish grabbing at the tail of it and doing that. Ooh. I moved up in the eddy. This is what I was hoping for. It's taken until about 9:30 this morning to get this sort of quality fish going. Oh, it felt good. All right, this one went 18 3/4. I thought that fish started working to get this bait out of his jaw. This is a mouthful for these fish, and I had 3, maybe 4 fish at the tail end of the eddy, grabbing the tail of it, really pulling on it before this 18 3/4 incher grabbed it. And I'm hoping he's got some buddies in there. Man, the rod really fought it well. I'm super pleased with it, and hopefully that's what's gonna keep happening. But 18 3/4 was the first good one on that rod. I'll get him back in. So I don't know if you caught that, or maybe I won't even include it in the edit. But like, I was fighting that fish on this side. My GoPro's on this side, and I was trying to swing him around for good videography purposes. That fish jumps and looks cool. I can do a slow-mo, and I do that. Like, I risk losing fish to get good videography. And I did a lot of stuff wrong on that fight to land that fish. I'm happy. I'm happy that rod, at least with that big fish, and that matters. The rod and the hundo, the drag in the hundo combined, really makes for forgiving. I say forgiving, it means that, like, if the angler screws up, the equipment makes it still work, makes it okay. Can you hear me? right, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone just because I'm recording for the episode. So I got my first good one at 18 3/4 just now on the half ounce white jackhammer with the 7-inch scented jerk shad. I'm at the tail end of an island, and there was a big eddy at the end of it. Well, I say it's big. It was narrow. Towards the end of it, I was getting a lot of smaller fish tugging at the tail, and I moved up in it, and I got that 18 3/4. That's the first decent one I've got. I mean, you saw the one I caught in front of you, which was my first, but that 18 3/4 on the new rod felt good.
Yeah, for sure. I bet.
What are you feeling? What are you figuring out?
I'm figuring out that I'm not catching any fish.
Okay, come back down here. If you drop below the ledge, there's a big, long, skinny island. I'm here, and I think I'm just in an area that has them. This is where Marty and I started finding them last time. We didn't go up as far as I saw you going, so feel free to drop down and join me. I think they're in this region, and I think they're nomadic. I think they scoot around, and they're here now. They were here Saturday, so come join me.
Yeah, I'm going to fish up this side of the mountain.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, that was another big in there. Damn it. Here comes Jake. So the eddy right at the end of this island, I got to 18 3/4. I just missed another big that really, yeah, they're close to the end of the island. There's a lot more fish further down in that long skinny tail of the eddy. Alright, I'm really trying to not crash into that eddy. But with all I've actually tried anchoring, and it just isn't happening. With the wind and the current together, there's little to no chance of that being successful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing up above it, and I'm going to come in and crash the flooded grass right at the tip of it, and then cast downstream into that eddy. So I'm going to sacrifice right at the most downstream part of it, so I can tuck in from the wind, but I'm swinging way above it and just coming down on it. Alright. Jake's kind of encroaching it. When I got bit from the 18 3/4, I was in the fast current on the left. When I got bit the second time by the big fish, I was in the fast current on the right. Neither time was I within 20 feet of calm water. You want to basically leave that area open, because they could be on the current seam. You're going to cast across it. You're going to cross two eddy seams. You really don't want to be on the eddy seam casting to the other eddy seam. You want to cross both of them and not be parked on either one.
All right, taking a break from editing to play with these. It's illustration time. What we're going to look at is that particular eddy, and I'm going to preview a little bit of some other fish that were caught there. All right, so current screaming down fast on either side. This is the island, right? And it's creating more of a current break wide on this side. By the way, these are all the fish that I caught. That was the big. That was an 18 3/4. I missed another one in there. Get some 17s down here later and a couple of 16s on that edge. But what I want to show is that when Jake and I moved in, I was on this side, and I was purposefully staying out this way and casting across and bringing it in, right? That's how I got that first one at 18 3/4. But when I decided, hey, the wind is too much, I need to swing way wide, way above, and then come and park right here. I did that so I would avoid crashing this current seam here. I picked on Jake a little bit. He was coming up here and he was a little closer than I would have gotten. It's hard to see the foam bubbles that tell you this is all still, especially with the wind. It's really hard to see it down here where I caught most of the fish. Got the bigs up here. But as Jake came up, he understood that, hey, there is a lot of still water here, and he doesn't want to just come racing up and park in front of it. What he did was the same thing that I did. He swung around, came in, and then parked right on the other side of that tip, and was able to cast right where, the most obvious, right at the tip of it. That being said, what you're going to see later, I leave this and come back. And I use the torpedo, and I position out here. And I have to use the motor to cast across. What is really hard to see is the foam bubbles are still moving slow way down at the end. Casting across this and really just picking it apart with a bunch of casts, and then you move up. But you position in the current. You don't just run in there and park right here and say, oh, I'm going to cast here. That's what most people do. You miss these fish when you do that. That being said, when I finally get, and you're going to see a 5-pound 2-ouncer caught from right here, I was somewhere still in this screaming fast current right out in here, casting across both and bringing it in. But the concept is don't crash the eddy. It's hard to really tell what the eddy is until you're actually stopped. And that's what we did. I sat here and I studied it and understood that, yeah, the current seam does swing way out here. It's tight right here. It's wide here. And yes, way down here, if your motor's working hard and you cast across it and you can feel, hey, it's being swept down really hard, but then once it enters there, it comes straighter at you instead of swinging downstream. There's a calm pocket there. So fish the tail end, the pinch off at the end, stay out of the eddy and cast into it. And if you get a chance, swing wide, come in, park on the object that causes it, and make cast down into it. All right, back to this.
So there's some fish over there. We were throwing a jig and this eddy, and I said, I'm gonna pick up the jackhammer and hit that current seam. Oh, I missed him. Jumped right there and I missed him. About 16. Current seam again.
How about we don't lose this one, huh?
I'm gonna try, man. It feels substantial.
Well, that's a good one.
Okay. So Jake is doing his TikTok live thing as we're sitting here on this current seam at the end of this island. And we got some active feeders. Should I, you want me to walk over and put it in front of your camera?
No, you don't have to walk over to it. Just show them. That's all.
Which way is it pointed? Oh, it's pointed
my
at
phone.
me. Okay.
They like that. What are you doing to that fish? Oh dear God. Oh yeah, somebody call PETA. Somebody.
Why is it nasty? What do you like? What smells do you like?
No,
This is gonna go in the wrong direction, I can tell. What smells do you like? I like coffee, the way that smells. People like the way beer smells. I like the way smallmouth smells.
I would like to not answer that question.
Alright, how big are you?
That's about 18. Yeah.
He is right at 17.
Really?
Alright. I'm gonna have Jake release this on the other side so he doesn't go back into this pool and tell his friends. Do you mind carrying this one over?
I will absolutely carry that fish over here.
Yeah. Release him on that side so you can even like give him a little toss out into that current. See a fishing. Alright, we have pulled away from the island and I'm looking for anywhere that there's foam that's kind of settled out. There's a little bit of that right here. And I think there's a ledge going across there. So might hold a few. I'm really hoping to find bigger areas of cod water. But this is worth trying because it is pretty slow. Alright, I worked those islands down there, the grass beds, really didn't get anything going. Jake called me and let me know he had to start getting ready for work tonight. So he's peeled off. I've come back to the one place that I've consistently got better fish to bite. I missed a good one there. Had another one jump off. Caught two good fish, 18 3/4 and 17. I know this kind of place in higher water can reset. Fish that are out there kind of cycle through and then go back out. There are places out here in the middle that we can't see that are calm water pockets that are deep. This one is obvious, so I've come back to it just to see if it has reloaded. I got a big one over here. I'm trying to lead him right up the middle of this. I think he's gonna suck me down like into the next pool if I go to him. Come on, get up here. Yes! Yes! Returning for that eddy proved to be a good move. So he was all the way down at the tail. Like I purposefully hung back and picked apart, the very end of it to make sure I wasn't wasn't crashing right into it and messing it up. So the other nice thing is, I'm gonna get a quick measure for this guy. Yeah, he's 17 and 40. So the other cool thing is I can peel away from that eddy, come out here, and let it go somewhere that he's not going to run right back into those fish, the other fish that are in there, and alert them to my presence. He goes over this side. There you go. You know, it's important to stay out of the eddy you're fishing. That one's truly giant. Good golly, look at that. Good job, Judge Rod. Yeah. So this is a fish, I don't even care how long he is. It's just heavy. Oh, it fills up the screen. Oh, wait. What a freaking toad. I will get a length. Yeah. 19 and a half. And weight, I'm gonna let him breathe. We're gonna get his weight here in a minute. Was this the one I lost earlier? I don't know. Could have been. Would you have hit the same thing again? He's upper fours. I'm gonna really look at this. That fish is over 5. Yes! How often does that happen? I'm gonna say he's 5'2". 5 pound, 2 ouncer. Yes! It's been a while since I got a 5 in this river. Golly! Yes! 19 and a half, 5 pound, 2 ounces. And on my new rod! Gosh, that makes me happy. But it happens on days where it's rising. These big fish want to eat when the river's coming up. I gotta get some pictures of this beautiful animal. Yes. I'll pull right up to this eddy. I don't even care, and I'm crashing it now. Just want a good picture. All right, so a true 5 pound river smallmouth is so rare. I'm so happy to have caught this one, especially on a new rod. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do a release with the GoPro Dome, and you're gonna see something that is an interesting concept. That eddies like this are ones that really are the last to have clear water. I have clear water here right at the tail end of this island. It's muddy out there as the river comes up. You're putting baits in eddies that are that have clean water, the last of it, and really have I'm trying to get him all the way in the water, really have that calm, calm pocket behind them. So clear water, less current. This is where they take refuge. I'm gonna let this fish go back into that spot and thank him for really blessing me with his hitting my lure. 5 is rare. Here goes. Here's the release. Alright, just got this one on the better than a jig rig. Unfortunately, missed all the action because the GoPro was not doing what I thought it was doing. I'll show you the eddy where this guy was, but we moved up to the ledge eddy. I think there's going to be a few more up there. We get a quick message on this guy and we'll take a closer look. The better than a jig rig catches them so cleanly there. This guy jumped really good. I gotta get the pliers on him to get this thing out. Sorry, missed the action on this one. 16 and 3/4 in a ledge eddy, and all this wind makes it so the GoPro doesn't hear me when I start yelling at it to do its job. I thought it was going, but we'll take a look at this eddy. What I'm going to tell you is that when the river comes up, there's only so many places that they can be, and I found another one of them. The backside of that island was one of the places they can be, that they're not going to work real hard to hang out in, and this ledge eddy where the foam is just settled there is another. Let's take a closer look. Let me know when you see the foam. Fast current, right in the middle. We're gonna park right on top of it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that we're right there. Alright, ledges all the way across. This one right here in front of me causes this disturbance, and this is the foam sitting still. Just on the outside, it's moving past. Just on this side, it's moving past. But right here, that's where that fish was. Come to the surface so I can scoop your face. Oh, yes. Good one. Very good. Solid. This is the pattern I tried to get going this morning, and it didn't work. I mean, I got the one dink, but I knew eventually it would work. Not getting off of these little hooks. They get right to the corner of the mouth, and man, I need pliers every time. Gotcha. Alright. I bet you he has friends in there. I'll get a quick measure on this guy and take it somewhere else. 17 1/4 under the foam. Huh. I think you can go back here. pretty big. Got a big old head. Yep, you're pretty big. Alright, up in this foam on this ledge. Ooh, sorry. Put it under the foam and leave it alone. Another solid 16.5-inch smallmouth on the better rig, or the better than a jig rig. Why is it better? You gotta go watch that video. Hookup percentage, less snagging. It's actually more weight than I usually use. On a jig, it's 3/8. It's tungsten. So when you do get a hit, you feel it, but you do not need to cross their eyes. Just draw it taut. Maybe a little snap of the wrist to get it going, and man, that tiny little flipping hook right in the corner, solidly handles the jumps. They don't get off. So I saw this post yesterday on Facebook. Someone that showed the rise and acknowledged, hey, it's going to be high pressure coming in. Is that more important? Does the high pressure mean they won't eat? Or does the rise make them eat regardless? The rise makes them eat regardless. Jake and I had some discussion. Well, it was a full moon last night. It was. Big, beautiful full moon. And they absolutely eat at night under a full moon. It's like, well, that kind of canceled things out. The rise. We've not caught a lot of fish today, but we're getting the ones that matter. It's because of a rise. Nice looking eddy. Just let it sit there a while. And look who came and found. Better than the jig rig. Oh, it was you. You found it. Oh, you think you want to get off? You're trying. Keep trying, buddy. Keep trying, buddy. Oh, all right. Try to get in my net. Thank you. What's up, chunker? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Here, let me take this out for you. That was all. Look at his mouth size to body size ratio. They're growing fast. Chunky 16.25. So just in the time that it took to unhook that fish, down here, it's been a combination of both heavy current and the wind. The wind is blowing right down the mouth. Definitely making the Torpedo work today. Back on these ledges on the way back down. Had to throw the jackhammer at them. They're so fat. Fat. Alright, I think it's time to go check out the end of that island one more time and then start it back. There's a lot of good braided islands between here and there, so I bet you we find some nice eddies to throw a jackhammer at before we're done today. Get in here. Oh, yeah. Right on that piece of wood there. Nice one. All right, as Jake was on his way out, he said, hey, if you go to that bank, put something on wood. And he had apparently lost a big fish on wood somewhere along this bank. And I don't know, is that your fish, Jake? Might be. 18 3/4. Beautiful fish. Another piece of wood there. I'll probably work that too. Good day. Almost to the end here. Just hitting some shoreline eddies. And this one had a good fish, apparently. Come on. You're not ready, are you? Oh, get in there. One more good one. Gotcha. All right, it's been a fun day checking the jackhammer and the better than a jig rig. 3 of them real good. One, the magnitude I've just not caught in years. Breaking 5 is a really a rare occurrence, and usually they're well into 20, like they're 21 and a half inch fish. For it to be 19 and a half, that animal has freak potential, and I think this river is cycling towards creating a few of those like it did in 2015 is when I got that 610. I think we're gonna see some 6+s in the next couple years here on the Susquehanna. Susquehanna is a powerhouse in terms of creating 4s, lots of 4s. Upper 3s to mid 4s you see quite a bit, but breaking 5 today was special. Thanks for watching.